Welcome back to Swat&Vee Immigration News. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. In this video, we are going to talk about US sending deportation case notices to 78,000 migrants who were not fully processed. Let's get started. The US government is expected to launch an operation next week to send court documents to 78,000 migrants who were not processed for deportation after crossing the US-Mexico border without authorization this year. Two people briefed on the plan told CBS News. Starting Monday, U.S. immigration authorities will dispatch packets of legal documents that will instruct migrants, many of them families and children, to show up to court hearing before immigration judges, who will determine whether the new arrivals will be allowed to stay in the country. The sources said the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Plan, dubbed Operation Horizon, is designed to place tens of thousands of migrants who received ad hoc processing near the southern border into deportation proceedings. Agencies will be sending migrants notices to appear as well as other documents. Typically, migrants who are released after crossing the southern border instead of being rapidly deported or held in detention are provided notice to appear, which require them to see an immigration judge who can order their deportation if they fail to show up to court dates. However, starting in March, U.S. border officials did not issue notice to appear tens of thousands of migrants who were released, citing strained resources due to a sharp increase in migration. Instead, these migrants were provided notice to report or instructions to show up to an ICE office in their respective destinations within 60 days to continue their processing. Issuing a notice to appear takes between 60 and 19 minutes, while a notice to report can be prepared in 10 minutes according to an internal government document. Unlike a notice to appear, a notice to report does not place migrants in deportation proceedings within the immigration court system. In fiscal year 2021, which ended at the end of September, U.S. border authorities made more than 1.7 million migrant apprehensions, an all-time high according to government data. About 61% of migrants taken into U.S. custody were swiftly expelled to Mexico or their home country under a Trump-era pandemic policy known as Title 42. Representative for the Department of Homeland Security and ICE did not respond to requests to comment on next week's operation. The ad hoc notice to report has garnered criticism from Republican lawmakers who have grilled Biden administration officials over its legality and questioned how the government can monitor migrants who were not formally processed for deportation after entering the U.S. unlawfully. One Republican Senator, Chuck Grassley, pressed him on the issue last month. Chris Magnus, President Joe Biden's nominee to lead Customs and Border Protection, said the better practice would be to have individuals be noticed to appear as opposed to notice to report. The plan to send notice to tens of thousands of migrants next week has led to some concerns among advocates for immigrants who believe many of the legal packets may be sent to addresses where the intended recipients do not live. We know that when people are entering, they give CBP an address, and it's typically an address of where they know somebody in the United States. But that doesn't mean that it is where they will reside, said Amy Fisher, advocacy director at Amnesty International USA. We also know that CBP has a long history of writing down inaccurate information. Sending notices to appear to the wrong addresses could lead immigration judges to order the deportation of migrants who missed their court dates because they were never aware of them in the first place, Fisher said. People can be removed and deported to the very fear that they fled simply by not showing up to the court date, she said. To hold their deportation cases, migrants can ask judges to grant them asylum or other forms of immigration relief. If their applications are denied, they can be deported or they can appeal the judge's decision. U.S. immigration courts currently have a backlog of over 1.4 million pending cases, according to researchers at Syracuse University. Nainam Gupta, Associate Director of Policy at the National Immigrant Justice Center, called on ICE to issue and publicly post guidance to requiring its prosecutors to prove that migrants receive notice to appear before moving to deport them. The public needs to be able to see it, particularly lawyers who are going to be asked to suddenly represent 80,000 new folks who are going to get slapped with notice to appear, Gupta said. Hopefully, the details and information in this video is helpful. Please share this information with family and friends who may need it. You can also help us spread the message by sharing it on all social media. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and hit on the notification bell for more immigration updates. Bye!